Two of the next big trends online are mobile and video, and Google wants to be a big part of that because there's a lot of competition right now. Apple and Amazon already have a jump on Google in both of those. So at this year's Google I/O Developer Conference, thousands of developers have come to learn about what Google's doing in those spaces. They announced two big new ventures. There's the Google Music service and the Google Video service. Movies available for rent, music uploaded from your iTunes account online, and you can access it anywhere. Now, one of the most interesting announcements I thought was the debut or the preview of Ice Cream Sandwich, which is the next big release for Android. And what's interesting is that it's going to work across all devices. So we're not going to have this fragmentation between a certain tablet, Android OS, and one for smartphones. You also announced some interesting features, cloud music service, a cloud movie service. Is that part of the same theme where everything is sort of coming together across multiple devices and the web as well?
Yes, actually it is. With the explosion of Android devices, we have to raise the bar in terms of what consumers want. And what consumers want is they want their music and videos not tied to a single machine. So you don't have to have your music tied to one machine or one device, but by moving it to the cloud, any of your Android devices, whether they be a tablet or be a phone, have that music come down or those movies come down in a very, very simple way. We're really bringing the power of the cloud and untethering people's music and movies from a single machine.
Android has done very well in terms of sales, but we have that sort of fragmentation problem with Android where some people are working on multiple versions of the same operating system. How do you help developers deal with 310 devices across so many different countries?
First of all, you're absolutely right. The great adoption of Android, 400,000 units a day, to some extent, maybe to a large extent, is driven because Android gives people choices. Mm-hmm. You can buy from different carriers, you can buy different size devices, small phones, larger phones, keyboards, no keyboards. The flip side of that is that for developers who are writing applications, that can be challenging. And one of the things that we announced are new tools for developers that ease the burden of having to deal with such an amazing array of devices. So we're trying to balance both having tremendous choice and also not making it too difficult for developers.
So Google made some really important announcements that should help it compete in the spaces of video and mobile. But it didn't say anything about social, and that's concerning because it's got Facebook breathing down its neck. We're going to see if Google says anything about social in the next weeks and months, but it's a really important part of Google's business that it doesn't do much in right now. We'll be watching.